Hello and welcome to the Renovate Roundup for the week of January 27th, 2013. My name's Fitz. I am the Senior High Pastor at Croix Church, but most of you already know that. As my children have grown up, and when they were younger actually, one of their favorite games to play was to build with building blocks. And actually the reason why they liked it so much is they liked to destroy whatever awesome towers Daddy built. And in Bantu, she's just 2 years old. She doesn't let me get very far. She doesn't let me build very high at all. She lets me get about 2 blocks up, and then she knocks them everywhere. This past week at Renovate, we talked about a tower that we all try and build from time to time, and that is a tower of good works. A lot of us try and build this really awesome tower of really great things that we've done in our life, that we try and do on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis. And we do that as a way of showing God, look how awesome I am. Look at the good things I've done for you. Now, will you like me? Will you love me? And we do that, and we have really good intentions of trying to get God to be impressed with us and to like us. But the reality of it is, no matter how big of a tower that we build, it's never going to be good enough, because right here, somewhere in all of our towers, somewhere in all of our DNA, is this building block called sin. And no matter how many good deeds we put into our tower, no matter how many times we go to church, no matter how many times we help an old lady across the street, no matter how many times we do this good deed or that good deed, no matter how many mission trips we go on, it's never going to impress God. It's never going to get Him to like us or to love us, because this sin block is in the structure. And with this sin block in the structure, here's the result. That's the only result that we can have. We can't get God to love us with our good works. We can't get God to love us by how many good works we do. And the reality of it is, the truth that we learned this week is that sin cannot be removed by good deeds. It just can't be. The only thing that can remove it is the blood of Jesus Christ. And so we talked about that this week, and usually I try and give you a discussion topic or question or two to talk about with your son or daughter. I'm not going to do that this week. All I'm going to encourage you to do is to invest in your own personal walk with Jesus. And it's a really good idea if your teenager catches you doing that, because we tend to replicate what we see. And so you have to ask yourself, what kind of person do you want your son or daughter to grow up into? And if you want them to grow up to be a follower of Jesus Christ, guess what? You have to be a follower of Jesus Christ. And so what does that look like? Are you investing in your personal relationship with Jesus? Are you taking the time to invest in that relationship, to get into His Word, to find out who He is and what He values, and invest in those things? Are you taking time to pray for your son or your daughter or your wife or your husband? Or are you taking that time to invest in that relationship with Jesus? And is your son or daughter catching you do that? And so that's what I would just really encourage you this week. No discussion questions this week. You know what we talked about. You can come up with your own discussion questions this week. Evaluate your life, and are you investing in the most important relationship, which is your relationship with Jesus Christ? And are your teenage son or daughters, are they catching you doing that? A couple of things that we want to remind you about that we've been announcing at Renovate ad nauseum, because we think they're important. One is mission trip sign-up deadline. That's coming up in, if I'm doing the math correctly, about 5 days. This Sunday, February 3rd, is the deadline to get your registration materials in for one of our 2 summer mission trips this summer to Chicago and to Haiti. And here is the link in order to download the form in case you haven't done it yet. We also have them available in the display outside the porch in our lobby. So again, these are hugely formational trips for teenagers, and so if you're on the fence in any way, shape, or form, man, get off the fence and get your son or daughter registered for these trips. In case you're worried about money, how you're going to raise the money, go back and watch last week's Renovate Roundup. We have some tips in a video in order to ways for you that you can raise money for your mission trip. Also, this coming Sunday, the other thing is our Super Bowl party. Again, this is just kind of frivolous and fun. It's an opportunity for teenagers to come and relax and have a good time, but also for them to bring a friend. So if you have a son or daughter that's coming to the party, why don't you ask them, who are you going to bring with you to the Super Bowl party? It's just a low-key way for a teenager possibly to get introduced to church. Well, hey, thanks for, again, checking out Renovate Roundup. We appreciate you as a mom, you as a dad, for investing in the life of your teenager and allowing us to invest in the life of them as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We are praying for you. Have a great week.